What's going on, folks? My name is Tyler Polchow, aka TeePee, a previous Call of Duty World Champion, pro player, commentator, coach, and content creator all along the way. I'm here to be on the Scuf sit-down today, answer some questions for you guys, not only from Scuf about my gaming background, but from the community as well that you guys asked on Twitter. So I guess without further ado, let's get right into it. So what are the 3 things about yourself that would best sum up who you are? If I had to pick like 3 adjectives, I guess it'd be optimistic, focused. Ever since I got this opportunity to be involved with the gaming scene, it was something that I've always loved to do. I've always been a gamer since a child, and having the opportunity to facilitate that love for gaming into a career and ultimately my livelihood has been the best thing ever. When I noticed that I had this opportunity, there was nothing that was going to get in my way or nothing that was going to distract me away from the ultimate goal of being able to do this full time. The fact that I've been able to do this for as long as I have been, for probably around 12 years now, is insane. I have a lot of gratitude to my community and the people that have been supporting me for so long, but those are probably the 3 things I would say best sum up who I am as a person and as a content creator and as a gamer. What age did you get into gaming, and what was your first console? I don't know exactly what age. I was definitely young. I want to say like I was around like 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that range. I got my hands on Pokemon, Mario, Kirby, all those types of games on the Game Boy Pocket. When that's where I got like addicted to video games, I guess I would say. Playing those games for way too many hours is what it was my entertainment at the time. I'd get home from school and I'd be on my damn Game Boy burning through batteries for hours. So that was the time of my life where I latched on to gaming, and it kind of really hasn't changed since then. How long have you used the Scuf, and why Scuf? I've been using a Scuf controller for a long time. The first time I found out about Scuf, it was Orlando 2011. It was an MLG event, Black Ops 1, and that's when I met Duncan for the first time. And he had a couple of controllers with him, and as soon as I put my hands on one and I felt like how natural the paddles felt on the back, it was an Xbox 360 controller at the time, but as soon as I felt that for the first time, I knew it's exactly what I wanted, and it was a good reason. I was never a claw player, but the fact that you had the opportunity to have this controller to even the playing field or just make it easier on your hands was really nice. And also the designs on the controller were really cool for the time as well. So ever since that moment, I got a Scuf controller. I was on board, and I've been supporting the brand and been using the controllers ever since. What is the inspiration behind your journey becoming a content creator, and what does your community mean to you? The inspiration behind my journey. So what was my inspiration? So back in 2011, that's when I started streaming. That's when I became a pro in 2010, like late 2010. And that's when I stumbled upon a bunch of different streams, and kind of what motivated me to pursue competitive gaming and being a pro and all that types of stuff was seeing the streams that MLG would put out on Halo. The Halo tournaments were insane to watch back then. And then also when Justin TV, before Twitch really took off, I would watch these streamers on Justin TV, and the fact that they had this potential to have people watching and chatting at the same time, it really lined up with what I like to do. And I like to, not only play the game, but try and educate people about the game that I'm playing, and also elevate my own gameplay at the same time, and just put out, create an environment that other gamers want to hang out and try and better each other and just be positive. So that was definitely my inspiration. If there was like a person that I had to pick, it'd probably be someone like, it'd either be a Halo pro, but to stick it to Call of Duty, probably like Rambo. My community is one of the most generous communities, very mature. And the fact that we've been able to do what we've done in the past couple of months and grow so much, I don't really know what it was. I had been streaming for so long with, I would say, a decent amount of success, like marginal success. And then all of a sudden with Blackout, it was the opportunity where my viewership started to go up increasingly, like a lot. I went from 500 to 1,500 viewers in that sort of range. And then Blackout sort of brought me to the next step, and now Warzone's brought me to the even higher level too. So the fact that my community has stuck with me for so long, I have so many people that have been, supporting the stream and watching me for years and years and years, even going back to when I was a pro. So the fact that they've stuck along with me for so long, and we have so many new people that have sort of built upon what our foundation is as a community, just mature, optimistic, and I feel like the fact that we're able to have such a positive environment with even adding a lot more thousands, even, sometimes we're getting millions of views throughout a month, right? The fact that we're able to keep such a positive tone in my streams and on my content as a whole, that's like my favorite thing. time flies by when I'm streaming, and the fact that my community does such a great job of like keeping the overall vibe of the stream positive and even backing me up when I need it or gas me up when I need it. Like, that's my favorite part about the community. Just very optimistic, positive place to be. If you were to give someone one tip about how to be a successful content creator, what would it be? It's got to be dedication. It's consistency and it's dedication. And what I mean by that is people need to know when and where to find you. And if you're streaming like these sporadic hours and they don't really know, like I've been streaming sort of like the same schedule for years and years now, where people know at around 9 a.m. Central Time, they're going to see my live stream and they know exactly where to find me. And I very rarely change that up. So I'd say like dedication, and also the ability to, when you get opportunities, how much work and how much do you do to expand upon those opportunities? For example, if I have a stream going on where I have 50% more viewership than normal, what am I doing differently to try and retain more viewership moving forward? How can I get more people to come back? How can I get more people to follow the channel? And what kind of content can I put out that's going to make people invested in me as a person? Because that's ultimately what it is. Like, people either relate to what I'm doing or look up to what I'm doing, and it's a big responsibility, and I'm so honored that so many people want to hang out and watch my stuff. So you got to just make it hopefully a positive place, a funny place, an educational place. Figure out what it is for you that you feel like you're good at, and go down that road. That's, I guess, it's kind of like a split answer there, but hopefully that helps. Who's your favorite content creator to watch when you aren't creating content? There's a couple, actually. I watch Tim the Tap Man all the time. I've been watching Nick Mercs for years and years and years. So those are probably the main two. Courage JD, he's on YouTube streaming now. But yeah, those are probably like the main people that I would watch and honestly learned a lot from. What's the journey been like from being a pro player, on-air talent, coach, and now full-time streamer? It's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey, to be honest. It was a big decision for me to stop competing back in 2016 during Black Ops 3. My time being a pro, I get this question a lot, and people always ask me, why'd you retire so soon? And it was a combination of things. Ultimately, I just kind of fell out of like the top circle in terms of people that I was teaming with. Some of that was my fault. Some of that wasn't my fault. So I feel like I wasn't really getting a great chance to showcase what I was able to do as an individual on a team. And our placements were okay. We had some bad placements. We had some decent placements. But over time, I just felt myself not really enjoying myself as much. Some negative environments of being on a pro team, and just kind of ate at me after a while. I felt like I was wasting my time on some of the teams that I was on. And when you're not enjoying yourself, it makes putting in those extra crazy amount of hours that it takes to be a top tier player makes it a lot harder. So transitioning on to on-air talent, to a coach, I feel like those two things is really what, honestly, streaming too. I think I thrive more. I think I'm better at what I'm doing now outside of the game. I feel like a talent of mine is being able to not only break down the game of Call of Duty at a high level, but also be able to explain it and help people improve along the way too. It's something that I always focus on as a player too. My communication, my overall sense of the game, things like that. So I think it was a really good transition for me. I'm a lot happier now, a lot less stress compared to being a pro. So the journey has been overall a positive one, even though making that decision to stop competing when I did was a very difficult one, because when you get the taste of victory, when you get the taste of success, especially being on the competitive side of things, it's a feeling that it's tough to ever get back. I do miss the competition side of it. However, with how everything's been going the past couple of years, I don't think I can complain at all. I'm in a great spot. I'm having a lot of fun being I've been a full-time content creator since this past August. So we're closing in on not quite a year, but we're closing in on a year for being a full-time content creator, something I never thought I'd have the opportunity to do. So I'm loving life. I'm stoked about where I am now. What's your go-to Scuf controller? My go-to Scuf controller is the Teep Scuf 4PS Infinity. Oh yeah, the Teep Scuf, folks. Check it out. Use code TeePee at checkout right there. It's real nice. That's my go-to controller. The thing's sexy. Admit it. Tweet at me if you think it's sexy. Now we're gonna take some questions from Twitter. Alrighty, Mason. asks, as a casual player who has only ever used a regular controller, what would be the best advantage of getting a Scuf controller? So the whole idea about Scufs before is it was a way for people to not have to play claw. And instead of having to curl your finger around like this to play claw like this, you have the paddles on the back. You just use the paddles instead of having to play claw. So it's as simple as that. Be able to aim and use movement mechanics in a game like Call of Duty, be more consistent while moving and shooting at the same time is the simple answer there. Adamon13 asks, is there anything you would have changed about your competitive career in gaming? I think the biggest thing, I don't know if I would necessarily want to call it mistake, but definitely the turning point in my gaming career as a Call of Duty pro was probably the transition over to Advanced Warfare. I think I could have made some different team decisions that would have kept me on the higher level and allowed me to showcase my talents a little bit more. I think with some of the teams that I was on after the Cole EG dynasty, I didn't feel like I was getting very good practice a lot. Very volatile, toxic environments with the rosters that I was a part of. I had to choose between a couple different options of rosters, and thinking back, I know hindsight's 2020. Just looking back and seeing where certain players are now, I think maybe if I made different decisions on the team side at that time specifically, whether it be Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3, maybe I could have been in a different spot at that time. But it's easy to say now. You never know what's going to happen when you're making these decisions in real time. So those are probably the only things I guess I would change. Ninja Gaming TV asks, what has been the most difficult thing to adjust to with the massive growth of your channel recently? I'm not trying to like flex or anything like that, but my streams have been, we're getting a lot more views per month. So I'd say the most difficult thing to adjust to is not everyone's gonna like me, right? And the amount of like positive comments towards and negative comments, it's like, I would say it's like 95% positive, 5% negative. But it's like, it's really easy to only look at that 5% and harp on that stuff when realistically you should be focusing on the 95% of the people that are giving you love, showing your support, tweeting out your stream, in the chat every single day, things like that. So as more people have started to watch and interact with what I do on social media, content, streams, whatever it may be, the focus needs to be on the people that are like backing up what we are as a community. It's not trying to focus on the people that don't agree with me or don't like how I do things. That's probably my number one thing. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this iteration, this episode of the Scuf Sit Down. If you guys wouldn't mind, follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TeePee. Follow me on Twitter @TylerTeep, Instagram @TylerTeep, and sub to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TylerTeep as well. And as always, follow Scuf Gaming on social media. Check out the Teep Scuf. I know I showed it off a little bit earlier in the episode. Use code TeePee at checkout for 5% off. And I'll see you guys on the live streams. Have a good one.